I started hunting ducks at I guess, a relatively late age for kids. I was 16. My high school buddy said, "You got to go duck hunting and try this out." So it was late October, and it was in eastern Iowa, so the water was pretty cold. I didn't have waders, and so I wet waded with a pair of coveralls. I shot a snow goose, a coot, and a green-winged teal, and I was hooked. I remember the smell of that silt when it got kicked up, and to this day, when I smell that, I just get chills. So I got the bug immediately, and eventually I said, well, I got to have a duck call. We're duck hunting. So I went and bought a duck call, cheap one, didn't know what I was doing, and probably scared more ducks away than I called in. But one day I was down at a reservoir south of my home, and there's some guy down to my right about 300 yards, and he was a wizard. And I watched that guy take flock after flock after flock away from me, pull him in and shoot him. And finally, I just sucked it up, and I walked down in his blind to introduce myself. I said, "Man, what are you doing?" He showed me the call, gave me the guy's name that sold him the call, and 2 days later, I was at that guy's house buying one of those duck calls. That didn't cure it. I still had to learn how to blow the call, but there was enough instruction from this guy that I picked it up pretty quick. I've been blessed with a lot of natural ability. I can play by ear. I've got to the point years ago where I can actually duplicate. You can be blowing a duck call and making wrong sounds, and I can duplicate the wrong sounds you're doing by manipulating my mechanics like you're doing it. So that's basically helped me become a really good duck call instructor also. So I got good on that duck call, and then I thought, I want to extend my duck season, so I got into competition duck calling. I'm competitive by nature, but this just extended my duck season to year-round, basically. And I had some success. The first year I didn't qualify for the World Championship. The second year I competed, I did, and I think I got 12th the first year at the World. So I was pretty excited. I figured I was on my way. Fifth try, I won the World Championship in '89, and I still didn't have what I called my sound. I was still searching for what I ultimately wanted to do as far as my go-to power routine. And so I struggled for 3 or 4 years after I won the World the first time. Struggle's a relative term, certainly. Some guys say, I wish I could struggle like that. But it took 10 years, and I won that contest a second time. And I had found my niche, we'll say, by then. And then the following year, I went down, and this is a story I really don't like to share, but it goes back to the natural ability. I didn't practice before my 2000 World Championship. And it was Thanksgiving Day. I was leaving the next day for Stuttgart, and I went out in the garage, and I tape recorded one routine. And I listened to it. I said, I can't do any better than that. And I went down and won my third title. So I blew 90 seconds of practice that particular year. One thing that I like to do as far as toot my own horn, I'm the only man that's won 3 World Championship duck calling contests with 3 totally different duck calls. Some guys have won, 2 or 3 with the same call. These are 3 different manufacturers, actually radically different designs. So like I like to tell people, I can win 3 world titles with 3 different calls. I pretty much know how a call should sound.